welcome to Wednesday. We're back with Realm. Thanks for joining us. If you're tuning in, sorry about the late start. It's been a crazy week, and we've been super busy, but we did not forget about you. Announcements? I don't think there are any.
We love you.
We do. We love you very much. And with that, let's get back to the game.
Swamp.
You're in a swamp. Well, you're in a
No, we're in the forest. On our way to the swamp.
swamp.
Heading to the swamp.
Heading to the swamp.
Looking for, or following up on the notes that you found from Marcus's journal and Cade after talking with Yvette to see about a hag.
Gonna talk to a guy about a hag.
Exactly. I know a guy. Yeah, hag about a thing.
We're not we're in-laws like that. They're
They're there.
Damn. I feel attacked.
just like they're all
After a couple of days trekking through the forest, you notice that the vegetation is starting to get a little bit more damp. Not quite swampy, but starting to get to that area where forest is becoming swamp. The air is feeling a little bit more wet. You notice there's a bit more of a swish to the ground, even though there hasn't been rain in the last few days. What are y'all doing?
walking through a swamp.
What are you doing while you're walking through the swamp?
Singing,
Thinking
let's
about
go to the
killing a
swamp.
hag.
Great.
Focusing on walking through the swamp.
Observing our terrain, making sure we don't get jumped by any more dumb
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Sharpening my pointy weapons.
A little casual.
Rips jumping in puddles.
All right.
I'm the opposite of that. Celli is like a
Just
little bit behind everyone, and just going slow and steady and keeping an eye.
Is that how he's gonna win the race?
Yep.
yeah.
I feel like
Damn.
Yep. Turtle jerk! Had to keep up the time-honored tradition.
Okay. So, Iron and Celli can either individually do perception checks, or one of you can roll with advantage.
I'm a +1. Where you at?
For investigation.
Perception.
Perception, +4.
You can roll with advantage.
Kind of keeping the back eye.
That'll be 22.
22. You can hear all manner of the woodland creatures, chirps from birds, the scurrying of small rodents through the brush. After a few hours of walking, you notice that some of the sounds have quieted. A little too quiet.
We're in the forest library.
It's just carved on a tree.
welcome to Castle of Oz.
The castle of It's quiet.
Knowing this from your time just out and about in the world, that usually signals predators are near.
Beyond the red edge.
What if we're the predators?
Aw, shit. Of the turntables.
I'm gonna climb up a tree.
Climbing up the tree.
Would you draw my shield?
Shelly's
Scan.
Just look at this. Couples.
Yeah.
It hasn't drawn yet. Just
Hand on it,
Yeah.
just ready, looking around, waiting, watching.
Rick's jumping in puddles.
Doesn't notice.
Hey guys, this one's super splashy. Splash, splash, splash. Mom, 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 mom.
Rip. Splashing away. Two arrows zip past you. They do not hit,
Oh, okay.
but they got very close.
He just stops. Just, whoa.
In the wrong puddle.
And you see emerging from a little bit further away from you a handful of these bipedal hyena type creatures, kind of like slightly hunched. A couple of them have spears, a couple of them have longbows, and one of them is carrying this long glaive. There's a whole arm, this big blade on the end of it.
Oh, blades.
And
They're so cool.
Hope you feel better.
they are in the direction that you're traveling.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
seem to be preventing you from making any further.
Guys, we gotta find a shrubbery.
What's the
None
password?
shall pass.
What?
What's the password?
It's neat.
It's always neat.
The password.
Password is. Password.
Rip, roll an insight check.
Okay.
Is Rick the only one to see them so far?
Rip is the first one to see them, but as this is happening, they're moving out. The arrows.
Guys,
got his
get
attention.
ready, because this is not gonna go well. Oh, I was right. 2.
They look like big, mangy cat dogs, but like angry, hungry, mangy cat dogs, and you don't know if because they're cat dogs they suck at shooting, or if it was a warning shot.
Okay.
No idea.
Well, those are some real mad dogs. I don't know anything about them, but they're real mad. They're real mad.
Do you guys need something?
You calling out to them?
Yeah.
I'm still in the tree.
Okay. You have a pretty decent vantage on them. They're spread out enough to kind of block the path.
They can't see me, right?
Are you attempting to be sneaky?
Yeah.
Roll a stealth check.
Very sneaky, sir.
Very sneaky. Just tucked in there and kind of take a branch and just right in front of you. Just waiting.
I'm just like a fan.
What you hear from them is nothing that you understand outside of sounding like barks, whines, and howls.
Great.
Like a coyote.
Kind of.
Yeah, boy. Sit.
one with the glaive moves forward, points it at you menacingly in a downward motion.
I take out a piece of jerky from my pocket and toss it to him.
We're just gonna insult an entire group of creatures.
Roll persuasion check.
With advantage because he loves jerky.
17!
17. Moves a little bit closer, stabs the jerky, brings it up.
I take out another piece of jerky and I put it on the tip of the sword.
The glaive.
Right?
Glaive. Just glaive.
Are you hungry?
Roll an insight check.
You start treating it like a dog.
18.
You get the feeling that
You want me to put my weapons down?
I mean, less putting weapons down, more of
Get out of here.
you're in what they claim to be their territory.
Oh,
You've come across their hunting grounds, and they don't want you here. They want you to go away.
we're going away. We're walking. We're not staying. We're passing through. No stay. Keep going. Jerky. Snack?
Oh, we're just going to squeeze by you here, bud.
Oh.
Roll a persuasion check, again, with advantage, because there's jerky involved.
Oh, the jerky advantage.
The jerky advantage.
21. 21.
21.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Holds up the other piece of jerky, takes the glaive, sticks it into the mud, and goes,
Give him like 5 pieces of jerky. Give him 2 more pieces of jerky. So I got go 5.
hey, picks it up, rallies his group, and they step off to the side, still eyeballing you hard, making sure that you hold up to your end of the bargain.
Of just walking.
Of
Passing through.
continuing through, passing through,
Let's go.
just
I'll-
doing your best to avoid them.
I'll
They're keeping an eye on you.
I'll keep my
But they'll
shield
let you
out,
go.
but I'll put my sword away.
All right.
Because-
Unless you make friends.
Rip just as they're walking by just goes.
That's
Like,
Oh, he's weird. I don't like this one.
like extra mangy. Couple of tufts like missing from the fur.
Just slowly climb down and not startle anybody.
Just
Hey.
I'll hang back and wait for Picus to get down by the tree.
Yeah.
And walk with Picus.
okay.
And then continue on.
Unless you make forest friends.
As we're
Or
walking,
at least
through,
not a force enemies.
then keep a close eye on us, just as we're walking. Just to
Sure.
make sure they don't kind of duck, creeping behind us or anything.
For sure. They wait for you to get about almost 120, 150 feet away before they kind of relax themselves a little bit and they go back to whatever it is that they were doing.
Divvy up
Yeah, letting you continue on to the swamp. Oh yeah.
Smash.
it's less of a splash because there's not like accumulated puddles. It's just like really wet dirt. So it's just more of like a.
Whenever he finds a particularly damp section, he just.
Oh yeah, it's just a muddy slosh.
Oh, is this wrong?
Sure. Fruit bun.
Yep. Yeah, you've had it's been a couple days since you started, and so you're getting to the point now where you're getting into the swampier area. Yeah.
The swamp proper.
Swamp proper. Ah, amazing.
As we're walking more away from them, do we notice sounds start to come back, like regular swamp sounds?
After about another like half hour, 45 minutes or so, sounds start to pick up a little bit more. You notice that the trees are also starting to become a little bit closer together. You're noticing more vines on the ground, as well as the air itself becoming much, much more humid. Thick, wet air.
Shelly's happy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're feeling great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the DiCaprio walk.
Yeah.
Even for being as late into the autumn season as it is, it's like 80 degrees. It's warm.
It's like the Everglades.
Yeah. You get
It's
the
like
sense that
dust.
you're on the edge entering into the swamp proper.
As that starts, Shelly's going to start keeping an eye as we're seeing more swampy stuff, just for any potential predator type creatures,
Sure.
anything that might, hamper our path.
What's Shelly's natural predator? Like a giant snake?
Nah, he's got a shell. Shelly has no natural predators.
Big
Giant
birds.
crocodiles, maybe?
Yeah.
Big birds. Really big
Yeah,
birds.
Large birds.
Crocodiles that tick.
Yeah. There's only two things in swamps: alligators and serial killers.
Is it like a rhinoceros?
We're all out of cereal.
Or like a wild boar?
Yeah. Rhinoceros or a weird brain creature that's in a giant android body.
Oh, yeah.
Those are dime a
Obviously.
dozen.
It's like a whole colony of them.
Yep.
Dungeon Masters?
Absolutely.
Human salad shooters.
What?
Sure. Yeah.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard of a salad shooter?
No.
It's a
Okay.
vegetarian with diarrhea. Sorry.
No E. coli outbreak today on spinach crop.
Our next session, we bring Keegan Ward back.
They just show up and
Yeah.
they're just there.
Tag, you're out.
The last few episodes were just a fever dream.
And then there was an abundance of turtle soup.
Ooh. Jelly, go ahead and make a survival check for it. Oh,
Yeah, that's not great. 5.
You don't survive.
Nope, and based on that, I am going to have my cutlass drawn.
I mean, it's more of a lay of the land kind of stuff. It's the canopy of all the trees that are now somewhat tightly packed is starting to block out anything you can actually see in the sky. Like sunlight still comes through a bit, but you can't see exactly like where the sun is, so it's harder to track time and navigate your distance.
through.
Yeah. Feeling like you're on the right track though. Still going thicker and trying to keep the tracks behind you.
Where were you?
It was waiting.
Uh-huh.
Rip's like talking to any little critters that he sees along the way, like a little bug. He's like, hello.
Lots of bugs.
Go and like splash it, and then I'll see like a little beetle, like, oh, look at that one. Just keep going.
Yeah, there's no shortage
A
of
toad.
bugs in this area of the swamp. In fact, it's starting to get a little
Buggy.
bitey. Lots of mosquitoes, flies.
You eat some of this, please?
I want the sky ravens.
Shelly doesn't mind. Shelly's 100% eating.
Oh yeah, just
Dead.
Can mosquitoes hurt me?
You don't have any blood. Suck.
Depending on the lore.
I mean, I don't know.
We'll never know.
It's a good
We
question.
might know.
We won't take any
piercing
piercing
damage,
damage,
right?
Yeah, that piercing damage.
I feel like they
Yeah.
can that. You can't.
Yeah, pierce my
But wouldn't
skin.
that mean a vampire can't
No,
be a
it's-
vampire and they can, so.
Strength. I think I'm throwing a mosquito.
You just don't take damage from it. You can be pierced.
Yeah, you can get pierced. It just doesn't cause you
Yeah.
like actual damage.
So you just
It's
don't
like
get
you
it,
have
yeah.
a cool new piercing now.
Oh, yeah.
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 Lots of dermals.
You just get lots of little
Goes in there to
pimples.
get something, and there's nothing in there to get.
I think they'd warn their friends.
Not
Bunch
not
of
like sturgeons.
unsatisfied mosquitoes.
We have enough puncture holes, it'll be like a Naked Gun movie, you take a drink.
Unsatisfied
Just
mosquitoes.
keep banding over it.
So I just have a pump in.
You push through the swamp proper for a couple more hours as the general weather is starting to kind of wear on you a little bit, and you're slogging through this like sloshier bog type ground, and the air is just hot and damp. You make your way up to an area that's a bit more, almost like a small clearing, maybe about 10, 15 feet wide. And you see there's a couple of large like boulders that are just resting in it.
Is it dry land or is it like water clearing?
I mean, it's more just the same type
Mud.
of ground, but the boulders themselves. I mean, you can get on top of them and they're more dry.
Just one of those babies from Miles.
How big, like, could more than one of us fit on a boulder? Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
you probably get like two people each on a boulder.
Ride those babies from Miles.
She literally just said.
So it's been a few more hours. What time of day is it?
Late afternoon.
It's boulder time. These boulders look just weirdly out of place. We've seen a lot of big rocks in the swamp.
Have you spent much time in swamps?
You don't know.
I'm asking because
I don't know.
does he spend time in swamps?
Yeah.
Shelly, you spend
Yeah.
time in
I
swamps?
do.
Yeah.
Our boulder's weird. This weird. This seems weird.
It does. It would seem weird to me too. I want to.
Not uncommon.
You're talking
Yeah,
real
not
fast
too
right
uncommon.
now.
It's not that uncommon.
I'm talking this child.
Yeah.
Talking, yeah.
I mean, I can talk slow all the time. I'll drive you all nuts.
Rip read a lot of like adventure books as a kid or something. Could this potentially be something that he recognizes from like tales that he heard as a child? Or something?
Roll a history check. See how much you remember from your swamp stories.
A tale of two boulders.
9?
There was one that was about a sword that was stuck in a boulder. There was one about a donkey in a boulder, and there was like an ogre, and then there was this dragon lady who licked the boulder, and it caused her to get weak. And then there's one about boulders falling from the sky. There's boulders in space.
What about boulder holders?
She didn't get that weak.
Well,
Depends on who's telling the story.
yeah.
The way I heard it.
I mean, it's like a game of telephone. The more people it goes through, the more distorted the facts become.
Was there a watery tart involved with the one?
Maybe. Yeah, there's a bunch of stories that involve boulders.
Okay. But he doesn't know anything about like particular,
Swamp boulders?
yeah, like there's no stories about like 2 erratics in the middle of the swamp.
No.
We got lost from her.
Just lone boulders.
Can Shelly get close and kind of investigate them, but without getting like, on them, like just from a slight
Yeah,
distance?
you want to like kind of walk up and get within a few feet
Yeah.
or so. Sure. Roll an investigation check.
The rocks.
They
It's a
are
boulder.
they're big boulders. Yeah, they don't look out of place, but you do notice that like on one side of one of the boulders, it looks like there's something that's been smeared on it. It could be like mud or some kind of like slime or dry blood. It's all kind of this like weird reddish muddled kind of.
Best to stay away.
That's a boulder.
Not sure what's going on, but feels fishy.
Are there fish people?
You can't hear you when you whisper.
They'll never know.
Stage whisper.
Where is everybody else? So there's boulders, and there's like the clearing-ish area.
Which way we're coming in towards them?
Coming in this way.
I'm gonna stay. As we just entered, while Charlie's checking it out, I'm gonna stay on the perimeter.
Okay.
On the defensive.
Keeping an eye.
I'm gonna climb a tree.
When in
I
doubt,
like it.
climb a tree.
Consistency.
I'm gonna drop my sword and chill.
Okay.
And just
Charlie's gonna start moving to the right, because I figure if it was like this, he'd be kind of where your wrist was when he was investigating, he's gonna start moving to the right.
Okay.
Rip
Straight
kind of
forward.
follows him, like, but like stays on the outer
On the edge.
side. Yeah, but like just kind of mirrors his movement around
Okay.
the side.
Like if you were a fan blade.
Yes.
Dizzy, right?
just hanging out.
Chilling.
Here, fish people.
Not moving.
Come on, wherever you are.
And when you say that,
Don't you have on the glass?
Fishy, why are you sleeping?
you feel a hand grab your leg.
It's right on a tree.
Stop.
Sure. I need everybody to roll initiative.
I'm just having a great time this game. These rolls are bad.
Alright, 25 to 20.
22.
22.
17.
My
20,
favorite
20 to
number.
15. So 17.
19.
19.
hell from above.
$15, $10,
10.
10, 5,
3.
3. Oh, it's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice prime number.
No, so that's why it's
You know that number's prime, don't you? No, it's reasonable. It's very reasonable. It's a reasonable number.
Alright, so Dizzy, you look down as you feel this hand clamp around your leg, and when you look down, you notice the fingers are long and green and have sharp pointed claws coming off of or nails coming off the ends of each one. And the skin looks like mottled and green with like weird liver spots all over it.
Well, not
Bad
trash.
fishing.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And I just stab my sword into the hand or arm, right?
Just yeah, because you can see about this much,
Yeah.
and you're just gonna stab right into the arm. Cool. Go ahead and make an attack.
Do I get advantage because it's right there?
It is prone, so you get advantage, but it's also mostly hidden. But you're going just for the arm, so.
Okay.
It's in the ground. It doesn't get more
Well, I mean, just need those 25.
That hits.
Yeah. I was over the 20. I rolled 19.
Nice.
I attack. 5.
5 points of damage.
And then what happens when I stab it? When I smash it or stab it or whatever?
As soon as you stab into its arm, the hand releases you, and from just next to you, from the mud, upends the earth, and you see this towering creature with just like matted, wet hair, green skin, just all over, covered in these liver spots.
I
These
got a swamp hag?
elongated, like unnaturally long arms that almost hang down. The thing stands about 7 feet tall and just has these like wild gnashing teeth and yellow eyes.
Sounds like a hang.
This is not a hag.
I got
This is a
little
troll.
spider in the tree.
Nice.
Swamp troll.
Yeah, swamp. I thought that was
Ew.
Nice.
It's an ugly troll.
Yikes.
Needs a manny patty.
Yeah. Dizzy's a chain.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all I can do. I have my shield out though.
Okay. The troll gets to go.
I assumed.
And doesn't like that you stop.
I assumed that as well. I like that it grabbed me. Feeling neutral. He is the time right now to start it. Clean slate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
He's
okay.
gonna choose not to.
Okay. It is going to slash at you with one of its claws. That's a natural 20.
Okay. What kind of damage is it?
Slashing.
Okay.
That's 20 points damage.
Neat. I laugh.
Yep. Is it just like it just takes a chunk out of the collarbone of you? It just there's a chunk missing. You're like,
Neat.
and it's pissed. It's gonna try and bite you. And that's a 10.
It does not hit.
It goes to bite down and you kind of do one of the
No,
little.
I just backhand it. Yeah.
No. Sure. Backhand this giant troll.
That's
Takes
not
3
hard.
emotional damage.
If
I
having
don't
those-
know you.
She will never heal.
Yeah, it does it like that. It is going to attempt to jump up onto the boulders. And that gives you an attack of opportunity.
Just
I guess you're up next.
why not? Let's just do the
You get a free swing at it.
a nice 20
Yes.
guiding bolt.
Opportunity attack unless you have a warcaster feat. It's just a
Okay.
melee attack.
21
Get to-
smash with my warhammer.
You just get to take a swipe at it.
Funk.
8. 3 points of damage.
That's nothing.
Stop.
Yeah, it is.
8.
Yes. All right, Picus, you're up. Iron, you're on deck.
How far away is it from me?
What tree are you on? It's like crawling out, busted up out of the ground, took a swipe at Dizzy, and is now trying to crawl up on top of the boulders
So
in the middle of the clearing. So where are you around?
I was
that
when
clearing?
we were coming in together, and we saw the stuff on the boulder. I just went straight up a tree. So
Okay.
I'm at the perimeter in a tree.
Oh yeah, you're like maybe 15 feet from it,
Okay. So I'm
depending on
gonna
how high
just
you want to climb.
short clove.
Oh yeah.
I did. Oh. 2 misses. It was a 9.
Yeah. 9 is just not enough. And as you shoot it, you think you have it, kind of like a good beat on it, and when Dizzy smacks it with the warhammer, it kind of like flinched a little bit, and it just goes right past its head. Ah,
Sorry.
so close.
So I'm gonna use I'm gonna just hide where I am in the tree.
Sure. Kind of tuck yourself in a little bit more. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
15.
Cool. Feeling sneaky. Iron, you're up.
I'm going to go over to the troll and take a swipe.
Absolutely.
Be a 19.
19 will hit.
I will activate my fire room.
This thing big. even to you, you're just like, oh, hey, buddy.
Okay. Alright, there, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna activate the fire. My fire room needs to make a dex save.
Dexterity save.
DC 13.
15.
Okay. So it's not restrained.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Strength saving throw. My bad.
Strength save.
Strength.
21.
Okay.
Very strong.
So it'll be, so it's not restrained. That'll be 17 points of damage.
Nice. All right. You just crack into its leg. You can hear just the slightest. Ah! and then spits at you. Just this like thick, viscous phlegm. Ugh.
Gross.
Yeah,
Your turn.
that is my turn. If it makes any difference, 8 of the damage would have been fire damage.
Okay. Celli, you're up. The big old troll crawling up on the boulder.
And how far away would he be from me now? Because I'm just trying to envision that. Rip and I were off to the side.
The clearing, the diameter of the clearing is about 15 to 20 feet.
But
The boulders in the middle are probably about 10 feet by 10 feet.
and I wasn't too far from the boulders when I investigated it, so that's what I'm trying to figure out how.
It's relatively close.
10 feet, like 20 feet.
I mean, probably closer to 10, maybe 15.
But, yeah, I can't get sneak attack on him. Even with
He's-
practice audacity, I can't.
He's currently engaged with iron.
That's what I needed. Okay. Thank you, Iron. So I'm gonna go after him with my cutlass, and that is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Like that. So we got, hold on while I add, because I'm a slow thinker. Plus 3, so 20. 20 points damage.
20 points of damage. Nice.
Where did you position Chris?
So I would have positioned on the other side of him from where Iron would be at. Try and
So
try and flank.
yeah, flank. Yeah, because if I was sneak attacking, I'd try and kind of come up behind and
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
No one for next round.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Advantage.
can I get with the second strike with my other cutlass?
For your offhand?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is a 24 to hit,
Yes.
Maybe.
and then another 7 points of damage. And then with that, I use bonus action to disengage and drop back.
Your bonus action would be your offhand.
Okay, then I'll stay.
Yep.
Yeah, because cunning action can still do that.
Yep. Rip.
Okay.
There's a big, stinky, smelly troll on this boulder, and everybody is freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. Rip just goes, I couldn't figure out why the rock was getting bigger, and then it hit me! And he casts Tasha's hideous laughter on the troll.
What's DC?
It is 13.
That's 12.
Yeah!
Come on, Chuckle Bunny.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 10.
Yeah!
Even greater success.
Yeah!
Even better. You see the troll just kind of like creep its head around, just drool pouring out from its mouth, and you see like there's like a crack in its leg, and it's got just bleeding down the sides of this like dark green blood, and it just goes. And falls prone on top of the rocks in a fit of laughter.
Yay!
I'll use my shield to cover myself from the spittle.
Yeah, that's definitely a little bit kind of spraying off of there. It's gross. Brings us to the top of the round. Dizzy. There's an injured laughing troll on top of a bunch of rocks.
Ready, prone.
Yep,
Get advantage.
yep. is Tasha's last?
That's what I was just about to check.
Anytime. With fancy footwork, I didn't need to disengage because I hit him, so I would have just backed up 10 feet. I knew there was something that he was trying to use, yeah.
Swashbucklers.
So yeah, so I just stepped back 10 feet.
Alright.
It lasts for up to a minute, and at the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, it can make a wisdom saving throw.
Alright. So, take damage, and that's a natural 20,
Shoot!
which makes it a 19.
So,
Super wise.
yeah, it's a really wise troll.
But it does save, so it is no longer under the effects of the spell. But
Right.
it, wait, it just got hit. You got hit hard. You got hit real fucking hard.
Whack.
Okay. It is the troll's turn. Okay, so yeah, Dizzy and Iron right next to you, to him. He's already mad at you.
Yeah.
But he's also mad at Iron. And he's gonna take 2 claw attacks at you.
Okay.
And he's got, like, these arms are freaking long. So he slashes out.
Is he gonna stay prone?
He'll get up.
Okay.
He'll stand up. Kind of like a crouch. Kind of like rolls over and starts to get up. And
Swipes.
reaches out and slashes with the first one is. Second one is 22.
Yes.
9 points of slashing damage. And it is going to use its foot to just kick Dizzy.
I want to stay animated.
Yeah.
Ooh, I get kicked.
You get kicked, and you make a strength save.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Way more.
It knocks the wind out of you a little bit, but you manage to like maintain your position up on the edge of the boulder and not get knocked into the mud. Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Complete clutch.
Frog dice.
Frog dice. That's what it is. The frogs give you all the luck in the swamp.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that is the end of its turn. Picus, you're up.
I'm gonna take another swing with
Another shot.
shot with my short bow.
It is engaged, so you get your sneak attack.
Okay, thanks for rolling again.
No advantage, but if you were to hit,
Kill of it. Something.
Alright, well, it was a 10.
it was not enough. It was close, but shot zips by. There's a lot of like moving and flailing going on down at the rock. And rolling around on the rock.
I'm just gonna, I can't pull that one out, right?
I'll say you had the second one ready, and you kind of like shot one and quick load. So you just grab 2.
Okay.
That hits. You go ahead and roll your damage with the sneak attack.
Is it still a sneak attack?
It is still a sneak attack. It is currently engaged with one of your allies.
So I take the
5 and then roll 2 more d6.
Yeah.
15, 18.
18.
18 points of damage. Good God.
That's
Didn't do
good.
it.
Oh! Badass from the tree again. Put it in the clip.
Hell yeah.
Just arrow out of nowhere, just
Let's.
Real snipe Celli.
Let's.
dirty fucking bitch.
Like, this slashes out an iron. It's just kind of like rolling around, spitting and bleeding and drooling all over the place. Kicks Dizzy in the chest, and then all you see is just an arrow go. And his body was limp, kind of like sprawled over these rocks. And it covers most of the rocks. Things.
I like turn around quickly with the tree and go, hey!
And no one can hear me, I'm just by myself, and I'm like, yeah.
Pops the collar.
Me?
Yeah.
You saw the collar pop.
You barely see Vicus.
Hey!
It takes you a second. You're kind of like, ah.
Thanks, God.
Nice.
That,
Good job,
I
everybody.
like these swamp fishies.
Yeah.
They're rude.
These fish are too salty.
The freshwater swamp?
I don't know, is there salt in swamps?
Real. How do you swamp?
I don't know a lot about swamps.
I think we got that.
Oh, look, a puddle.
That's a real big puddle.
It's just troll blood.
Plot twist, the whole swamp is just troll blood.
Ooh.
That was the baby.
You guys always figure that.
Just turned into Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
All of a sudden the sun is gone. There's just this big girl.
My bird.
What do you want to do?
Loot the troll? See if there's anything to
many
loot.
pockets.
I think there's
There.
like a loincloth and that's it. Maybe, if that.
You harvest the
You
troll
say
penis.
maybe just a loincloth.
Rick's just excited that he succeeded in his attempt to participate. So he's just off to the side, like not even listening. He's just like, yeah, I did something.
So the same thing Picus did, just badass. Except for you just like.
Like if he had nunchucks, he'd be over here like,
Give me a B. Give me an A.
I'm imagining Matt from Always Sunny, where he just starts doing his karate. It's just you just
like
Just
the
spaz dancing.
Yeah.
the Reverend from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Just karate.
Oh.
With the troll dead, I'm gonna investigate the boulders more.
You guys get a
Yeah,
closer look
get
at
in there.
everything.
Yeah.
What are those bags when they hatch?
It goes all alien on the ship.
And like 100 tiny trolls run out.
Ooh, it'll be fun.
It might be
100 duck-sized trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than
Turns into.
Would you rather fight one troll or 100 tiny trolls?
Good question. Let's find out.
it's like the rocks break up.
I'm just kind of taking my sword and kind of like stepping in the ground around there too, especially the one that was kind of marked a little bit, just
Yeah.
to see if anything was around there.
The one that had like the smearing on it, you notice had a little bit more of like kind of a indented area upon it, and all the smearing was in that indent. It looks like it was an area where perhaps this troll would smash,
Grinding
And-
stone.
cut up, and kill.
Yep. Eat.
Yeah.
Processing.
Yeah.
Processing rock.
Now you want to. Its arm is kind of like hanging over that area, and some of its blood is now like trickling down, starting to pool a little bit.
Full circle.
That's the circle of life.
That's the circle of the swamp.
Swamp circle.
Shut it, donkey!
It's a nice folder.
Yeah.
Well, that's bolted you got there. Be a shame if you died on it.
So let's keep going, guys. Find that hag.
Okay.
Before we leave, Charlie just looks at him and goes, "Troll for dinner?"
No, gross. Keep going.
I mean, I don't eat, so.
I don't know, what's it taste like?
Troll.
Wanna see?
Yeah, sure, why not? Adventure!
So he goes over and just kind of cuts a chunk of the thigh off. Yeah, that's a big chunk of meat on there. But yeah, cuts it off and brings it with. So I figure it's almost dinner time. So.
There's only 3 of us that like really eat, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Europe.
Make a survival check.
You will die of trouble.
That's a nat 20 with a +3.
Yes.
Thanks.
You're able to carve out a good chunk of the leg, and from what you being in swamps from time to time, you know that the troll isn't going to stay like this for long.
Things are gonna no
It's coming back.
come back.
Oh shit.
Oh.
They heal up a little bit.
So with that, instead of taking a chunk off, I just take a whole leg off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think about it for a second, take the other leg off, and throw it.
Are they like starfish? Like, can each of the legs grow back as another troll?
How adorable! It's 2 little legs at first. Isn't it? It's like in Deadpool where he starts growing it back. It's just a little one ever. Yeah,
Basically.
No,
Detective baby legs.
So yeah, so I keep the one, I toss the other one, and the
Yeah.
one that rubs down.
Will another troll grow from that leg?
Yeah.
Take it with us.
Like a
So
starfish.
succulent or something?
Yeah.
Most likely.
Most likely they'll grow another one?
You should
Uh-huh.
not keep the troll leg.
We should eat it.
I'm
Then they'll grow in your stomach like watermelon seeds.
crawling down from the tree. I'm crawling down from the tree.
Yeah, the nerd
I'm
didn't get.
walking towards them. I'm going,
That's where controls come from.
set it on fire!
Burn it!
Burn it, Ralphie. Burn it hard.
Y'all got torches.
Yeah. So with that, yeah, let's set the main body on fire.
Okay.
Let's set all of it on fire.
This troll is
He's gonna grow a whole new troll.
I mean, if you cook the leg of the troll, then technically it wouldn't be able to.
Right, if burning it stops it from coming back, then wouldn't cooking it like kind of be up the same amount?
It's controlled burn.
Yeah. It's control burn. Yeah.
And then you just dump whatever you don't eat into the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna do it.
Okay.
Or you become a troll that eat a troll.
Or you
It's a risk I'm willing to
throw
take.
baby
That's
Find
a
out.
risk
The
I'm willing to take.
whole party becomes trolls.
I get people if it was legal.
I just have to keep activating my giant's might just to be big with everybody else.
Come on.
Eating the troll.
Well, I've got a tinder box, so I'm gonna start a fire.
Yeah.
Are we gonna stay in the clearing then?
No, we just start on fire and then we keep going.
The game gets
Oh,
That,
Figure out.
the bottom.
Yeah.
You try and find some.
Burn it and get the
some
hell out of
things to
here.
burn.
yeah.
A lot of the branches and stuff are pretty wet.
Like the loincloth.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go.
Hell
We have a hag to antagonize.
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, you do.
Hag tag nice.
Hag tag.
Hashtag.
Sounds like a really fun game.
With that, we're going to take a short break.
Hag tag.
I was using it like
Hashtag.
hashtag.
Hashtag hag tag.
I was using hashtag like hashtag.
Hashtag.
Yeah. Hashtag hag tag. We'll be right back in about 10 15 minutes.
Rag tag.
Oh god.
Bird.
And we're back.
What you got?
Hi, are we
You
back?
miss us? Yeah, we're back.
We're back.
around the internet again.
Whoa.
With chili butts.
Stop crack.
The world's life.
I mean, I'm warm.
Yeah.
Okay, behind us.
Okay, so you fought a troll,
Yeah.
you killed a troll, and then you cooked a troll
Yep.
and had snacks.
Was it delicious?
I mean, it wasn't bad.
Fishy.
It was fishy.
I'm imagining it's tough. It's
It's very, very chewy,
Sinewy.
like a land calamari.
Land.
So, well, like an alligator, because the alligator
Yeah,
tail
kind
is
of
like a
bigger.
chewy
I
calamari.
bet it's like.
But alligator's
middle
really good,
school
though.
hot lunch.
Tasted like rancid fish to me.
Yeah.
Middle school hot lunch meatloaf.
I don't want more of
It's
it.
the same meat type.
Chewier than alligator, and
Crazy
not
better.
quite like if alligator could be more gamey.
Oh,
I did not
Yeah.
accept.
Eh,
Like
not ideal.
it'll do for a snack since some of the jerky's gone.
yeah.
All right, I'll take it.
For Celli, it's just survival. It's just sustenance.
Chili doesn't phase.
Rip's like, I guess if this is part of adventure, I'll eat it.
Yeah, you're excited for the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celli just looks at Rip and goes, adventure.
Adventure.
There's like a snap to
He's
it.
like,
Slaps you in the cheek. Oh, like this. This is bad.
As you push further into the swamp, the sun starts to dip below the horizon, and visibility is getting shorter. Twilight's upon you. Twilight turns to night.
Can we keep an eye out for any like slightly elevated areas that might be a little drier than?
Sure. Make perception.
14.
There's not much in the way of elevations that change. Everything's just kind of static. There's some like berms and roots from trees, but like you're noticing that all these trees are very dense together, and the roots kind of intertwine with each other, mixed with you're starting to get like almost ankle deep into like this bog, and it's definitely a lot wetter.
We might have to be doing some camping up in the trees tonight.
Oh,
Yeah. Just
I just climbed up one.
yeah. Yeah. Actually, the
You
trees
got
are
it.
close enough together. You can like make your way from like branches to branches,
Swing it.
and just like
can you like drive some like stakes into the trees with like some ropes, and we could just like do hammocks?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that. Super fun.
super fun. Sure,
Are we doing that?
if you want to.
Celli's okay just staying on the ground.
Okay.
I want to sleep in a hammock.
You know, it's like
Easy enough to set up some hammocks.
I've got rope.
Yeah.
I've got 50 feet of rope.
Yeah, you can do kind of a loose grid hammock kind of.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
I don't know what I have to lay in though, other than the rope.
Well, we could like weave the ropes, kind of like.
I have rope and I
Yeah,
got
you gotta-
the pythons too, so I can.
Yeah.
We can
Then
make
you
one
just kind of like
big,
lay
like,
lay
you
a
can
couple
pull it
of
really
like a
tight.
cloak or something over.
Yeah.
On like 4 trees, and then weave it.
That'd be
and then
cool.
one big bed, kind of.
That works.
Okay.
Might be a little bit
Swamp.
easier than trying to do like
Sweet
individual
bed.
all the way.
Yeah.
Swamp slumber party.
Yeah. We all just
I-
roll over the middle.
It's a
Iron-
double puddle.
Iron gets up there and just.
Iron will stay off of it so that it does not just take everybody with it.
Yeah.
I will stay on a branch too for observation. for advanced
Surveillance.
points.
Hang underneath it as a bat.
Yeah.
So it's really just the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just on the ground, probably on the most amount of roots they kind of keeps me up, but then
Yeah.
just kind of underneath where they're at too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not like super high up.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
just kind of high enough that we're out
At
of like
least a couple of feet.
yeah. So we're not out of like direct eyesight of anything that comes through, but and off the wet ground, obviously.
Okay.
Well, how?
Did you say
how-
about 10,
how-
10 feet up?
Yeah, probably about. I would think so. We can get down somewhat quickly, but not so low that if anything walking through is like, what's this?
Yeah.
And I'll volunteer for a first watch.
Sure. Anybody else?
I'll take a second.
Take a second.
I'm gonna leave it to the people who don't need to sleep.
Yeah. I always sleep.
I value my sleep.
So you'll do third and just kind of do whatever.
As previously established, Rip needs his 14 hours.
The two of us are just calmed down the
Yeah.
whole night.
Just from the
Just-
hammock up in the trees, you're just hearing.
Oh yeah, and that humidity, you're snoring. 100%. All right. So first watch, perception check.
20.
Nice.
Not natural.
Still,
Yep.
just solid roll. The air is full of the nocturnal swamp creatures at this point in time of the night. And they're just, you can hear like various types of owls and other like hunting birds just hooting and cawing all throughout the swamp, and it just kind of echoes and reverberates through the trees, and you don't know how many or where anything is. It's just kind of like almost surround sound, just
That's good. Yeah.
Welcome to Rainforest Cafe.
yeah, it's big Rainforest Cafe vibes, but the food's not as good.
We exclusively
It's a
serve
little
troll.
chewy.
Welcome to the Swamp Dungeon Diner.
A guy with spiky bleached hair and a flaming.
Welcome to Flavor Swamp.
It's gonna be good though.
It would be really good.
Anybody can make troll taste good. It's gonna be him.
100%.
Tony's on
I
there.
love you. You're national treasure.
My hero.
Come play with us.
Oh God, yes.
That would be so awesome.
This week on D&D and D&D.
Don't give me that hope.
The dragon.
Quintuple D?
Dungeons and Diners and Dragons and Dragons and Dives.
It's already shirt, man. We need to make it happen.
I
Great.
know.
So many
I know.
shirts.
I love my shirt.
We have those
Yeah,
shirts.
I know you do. I love it when you wear
They're
that.
great.
Dungeons and Dragons and Diners and Dragons and Dives.
There's a lot. We'll
Yeah.
We'll get back to it.
We'll circle back.
Other than that, there's nothing that you can see or hear that causes any alarms to go off in your head. Makes it a little tricky to fall asleep, especially since Rip is snoring.
That's for the two of us.
That's how you know I'm not dead. You're welcome.
Y'all got real close up there though, 'cause you're like snoring into his ear at that point.
Just cuddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sleepover.
Well, technically, only you and Picus that
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just.
Every once in a while, there's like that deep muscle twitch, and he's like, ah.
Yeah.
Well, like
They're
Dizzy's
shakes.
up there, but she's
Yeah,
just a little
while
bat
you're-
underneath.
While you're on the bat, every once in a while, there's
Just hear a little squeak.
My closet a little bit.
second watch,
Alright.
perception check.
23.
Goodness.
When he goes to second watch, I tuck in my shell, so I'm sleeping on it. Yep.
Just you and the bat. Hanging
What's
out.
up?
You talking to me?
I don't speak squeak.
That's offensive. The speciesist.
I said I didn't speak it. It doesn't mean I don't respect it.
Very. Again, with you, it's just a cacophony of nighttime swamp sounds, echoing through the night, in between trees. Your mind wanders a little bit, kind of zone out. Still paying attention to everything else that's around you. But it's calming.
It's very trance-like.
Yeah. Almost like you're focused off in one direction, but you're paying attention to everything in the peripheral.
Meditation.
Frogs, toads,
Yeah.
bugs.
In the far off distance, you hear the scuffle between some kind of animals. Hard to tell what they are.
Baby troll.
They're fighting over trolling.
But uneventful. They're gone.
That 20.
Crushing it!
Nothing gets by.
It's really suspicious.
It's that frog dice.
This evening's been too peaceful.
A couple hours before, like, the sun rises, you can see you can feel like the temperature shift from like the cooler night air to the slightly warmer front of wind moving in from the oceans, and everything begins a little bit hazy, kind of that pre-sunrise fog. It's very pretty. Way off in the distance, about as far out as you can see, maybe a couple hundred feet, you notice a figure pass from one tree to another, and then there's a moment, and they pass from one tree to another, one tree to another, before they're moving away from you, but
Away from us.
before you kind of lose sight. But it's way off in the distance.
Okay.
The natural 20. You notice there is
We're being followed.
some ahead of you,
Ahead of me.
or like ahead of the direction it came from.
It was moving away from us.
Yeah.
Not from the direction that you came from, but the direction that you were heading.
How much more rest do they need?
This would be like right towards the end. You could wake everybody up and kind of do a quick little.
Like aggressively bad scream. Like a squeaky alarm.
All right.
Iron Fist swing and hit the snooze.
Turn back into
Human form.
well,
Dizzy.
dizzy. Wake up!
What?
There was a figure in the distance.
And?
Hold up, wait. Wait a minute. You good? The figure in the distance.
That's some RP right there.
Moving away from us. Like hopping from tree to tree.
Okay.
That's all I got.
And
We're not alone.
Is it something you think we need to be concerned with?
Something else is going the same way we are.
okay. The other things live here.
Alright.
Wow, she is not a morning person.
You go back to bed.
Oh, good. Wake me up when there's something actually important.
We have to think of like a mission we're on that's kind of important.
I
It can
mean,
be just as important in 3 hours.
Do you want extra sleep in. You take a long rest and a short rest, but you get like more cells.
I can still hear your voice ringing through my head.
I mean, it's,
I just tilt the hammock.
it's going the same.
Splash.
Jump them out.
Pegasus and Rip, I need both of you make deck saves.
Rip's trying to grab the rope to hang on.
Sure, make a deck save. See if you can hang on to it.
I was caught completely off guard.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
15.
15.
I just land face first. In the mud.
You got like one hand. You're like you go to reach for Pegasus, and Pegasus is already in the mud. You're like, oh no.
Trying
Morning.
to do the cliffhanger
I
grab.
Grab my hand.
Shelly,
It's good for your skin.
Shelly grabs a cloth and just hands. Here you go. Morning.
Rip kind of flips himself back up into the hammock and starts going through the motions of like taking it down.
Yeah. Break down camp.
Yeah.
Make some coffee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make you guys some coffee.
Good God, yes. Swamp things are rough.
Do we need oat milk?
No.
What about yak's milk?
Do you have troll milk?
I could check.
It's got nipples. We couldn't milk the troll.
It's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
You'll know for next time.
Yes.
We're not gonna milk every creature we fight.
Now we are.
Was it a boy or a girl troll?
That shit probably would have came out curdled.
Yeah.
There you go.
One moment.
Oh,
No, he speaks fast, but
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then he can
fast action.
So as Rip's handing out the coffees, I mean, do you think we need to go after this being? I mean, we're heading in that direction anyway. We might just catch up to it.
It's just good for us to be good for. I can just kept this here. Next time I just won't tell you guys.
I mean,
It's not important enough. It's fine. I stayed up all night. And this is what I get.
I was genuinely asking you a question.
It's fine.
Oh, it's okay.
Drink your coffee. Let's get going. Jesus.
I'm so confused. I was just trying to help, and I was trying to ask you a question.
Don't be jerky.
Okay.
Fix everything. Fix friends. Prepare
While Rip hyperventilates, I will finish taking out my hand.
So after your panic breakfast, you
That's
gather
when you
up all
ban
your supplies and continue into the swamp in the direction of where that figure that you saw was.
I'm still drinking coffee as we're walking.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nice.
Just tucked it in your hand.
Does everyone want to attach that? Hit me.
I got you, girl.
I have a water stand. I just spilled my water stand.
Who needs water?
Nice.
Coffee.
Ooh.
That's like
There's a camelback of coffee.
it's like the medieval version of
Or a thermos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Travel
Absolutely.
bag.
That's a lot of coffee.
Coffee.
Cool.
Q-U-A.
QUW. Coffee.
Alright. And as you get to the area where you saw this creature, person, whatever, make a perception check.
Me?
Can I help with that?
Sure. With advantage.
Advantage.
17.
Nice.
Frogs.
You do notice that there are some tracks.
There's some tracks.
Swamp tracks.
Swamp tracks. Who's
that be like?
Survival.
Survival. I'm good at.
I got plus 3.
I got
Not
plus
me.
3 as well.
Yeah.
Can we tell based on the tracks what, like, if it's a shoe, if it's a footprint, if it's
They do look like footprints, like humanoid footprints. No shoe,
no shoe?
like barefoot.
Look like a swamp person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a bear?
maybe.
Swamp troll, swamp bear.
Barefoot. There you go.
Yeah, people can be bears.
Swamp thing.
How big is the foot? Is it big?
Is it a swamp bear or
It's
swamp
not a very
otter?
large foot. It's an average foot.
Okay. Okay, we're tracking an average foot. Bigfoot's cousin.
Swamp cut, swamp otter.
You'll figure it out. Maybe.
Swamp head.
Follow the tracks?
Bow tracks. Survival?
Yes.
Go with advantage. You don't get it anyway.
21.
21.
Oh, I can go for a natural 20. 21.
Yeah, easy enough. It's still fairly fresh. Hasn't had time to. Not warm necessarily. It feels like small bud, which is I don't know, room temp at best.
It's tepid.
Yeah, there you go. But you follow the tracks. They kind of zigzag and snake through.
Run from alligators.
Maybe.
That's how you get away from them.
While she is tracking, I will keep an eye out for stuff not directly in the tracks. Just kind of still
Let
scoping the
let them
area,
do the
right?
tracking and
I will.
Peripherals.
Yeah.
sure, make a perception check.
Ooh. Not this time. That is 8.
The morning mist has cleared. The constant back and forth of them sneaking on the tracks causes you to kind of like, as you scan back, and you're like, oh shit, they got us. And then you scan, you go, God damn it, they're over there.
Give us some bells.
A little distracting to
We'll
keep
have to
an
get
eye
some
on
fuckers'
them.
collars.
These child leashes.
As you continue on for maybe an hour or so, you come across like a ramshackle hut type structure. So not very large. Looks like a little bit bigger than like a tiny house. Trailer size.
To bake cookies.
It is not. It is made of almost like torn or broken chunks of tree for the sides, kind of log cabin style. There's a doorway that just looks like a bunch of like thatched branches placed up against it.
Is there a donkey?
There's no donkey that you can see.
Okay.
What's the noises like around here? Is it normal swamp noises?
Normal swamp noises, like a little bit quieter now because it's starting. They're all out and about, and it's starting to warm up a bit.
Knock on the door.
Yeah,
Knock
I'm
on the door. Hello? Room service.
Housekeeping.
Wine sharp.
You hear some rustling, and like a guy's voice, maybe. It's kind of muffled. It's hard to hear. Just a minute. Door opens. You see a human male standing there, probably in his like late 30s. He's got like tousled brown hair. It's a little dingy. He's got like a stained blue tunic shirt a little like purplish vest and just tattered pants. Barefoot.
Barefoot, okay.
Uh,
Like the feet look the size of the tracks that I tracked.
About, yeah. And you see that like his feet do have like some dried bits of mud on it. How's it going? What are you all doing in the swamp? I don't get a lot of visitors out here.
I feel like
If you're here to rob me,
no.
I should let you know that I am a very powerful magic user. I know a lot of magic things.
I felt like someone that doesn't know what magic would say.
How would you know?
I just go, Marcus?
How do you know my name?
I knew it was you.
Who are you?
A friend.
Okay.
We have jerky. I have food jerky.
See if it works again.
Thanks. But like, really, who are you? Why are you here?
We're here to help you.
Help me with what?
Whatever you need help
I'm-
with.
I mean, you do research?
Your mimic friend didn't make it at the jewelry shop. Hold on.
That's
This
unfortunate.
is Knackle's house,
Yeah.
which burned down.
We're here about Cade.
What about Cade?
He didn't make it.
Oh. Okay.
The mimic tried, but didn't save him.
Couldn't stop the fire. The fire got him.
There's a fire.
Yeah. Where he was.
And
He died
Cade was with the mimic,
inhalation.
and then they died in the fire. Okay. Well, that's some news.
It's someone out to get you.
The mimic did apologize.
Said sorry, Marcus.
Well, I guess that's nice.
He likes you. He liked you.
Is this
Great.
one of the sentient mimics that you were?
Just a higher intelligence?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes mimics can be pretty smart. They live long enough.
How did you get friendly with one?
I have a way with creatures. They'll be like, really, what are y'all doing here? I'm kind of in the middle of stuff. I had some plans, I was getting ready to head out.
So your partner dies, and you're just like, nothing.
The type of work I do is very dangerous, and anybody who works with me knows that they would assume the risks.
What kind of work do you do?
Exploration and documentation of just the various wildlifes.
Like mimics and like
Yeah.
hags and
Sure.
like. I've actually never seen a hag. What are they like?
Scary,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
there
are there
one
hags
around
out here?
In the swamp, yeah. Oh yeah, there's like a whole like I don't know town commune
Really?
that hags south from here.
I've never
Like
seen one, and I just think it'd be cool to see one.
I mean, okay, I guess that's on you then.
Why are you out here in the middle of the swamp in a weird shack, answering your door politely?
Make an insight check.
Like, do you know any hags that?
Nat 20. 25.
Someone's feeling froggy over there.
This is not Marcus.
Marcus, I could like. What was your first name? What's your last name?
Better.
I stab Marcus.
Roll attack.
Or I hit Marcus with my hammer. Not lethally, but like.
Is it an
not
advantage?
You go to
Expect it.
just smack
Do I
him.
get advantage? Do you expect it?
I'll say it's a surprise.
Yeah, 20.
Doesn't matter.
I need to
Bitch,
I'm
you
gonna
knock
take
out.
those dice away.
I've been rolling for 2 years!
The snitch has returned.
No shit.
Twenty damage.
20 points of damage.
Non-lethal?
I mean, yeah.
– 20 points of nappy nap damage.
As your hammer flies, where do you hit? Where specifically are you hitting?
Side of the head.
Bonk him on
Just,
top of the head.
just a full like boom.
No, I can heal him!
You bitch slapped him with a hammer. You just did. You're like,
Right to my
Yeah, and it's amazing. And I'm here for this. Okay, so as you're asking all the questions, you're kind of like standing there trying to figure this all out. All of a sudden, Dizzy just cracks this dude in the side of the head, and when she does, it slams him like into the side of the door frame, and you see him like push back up and turn its head, and you can see like there's just a divot in the side of his head. There's blood pouring down.
That's not
And you
Marcus's
see-
last name.
The entire form shimmer.
Fucking
I
hags.
just go, whoa!
And it looks at you and goes, "It's Chance," and winks at you and drops its illusory form. And what you see before you standing in the door
Is a hag.
is the full form of this hag. Just this like long white hair, flowing tattered robes, just like spindly fingers, this long pointed like angular face and bones, and like the skin's been sucked tight down onto its skull, and just goes, "Hi." I need everybody to roll initiative,
Oh, here we
because
go.
holy shit, yeah.
I'm only at 13. Actually, well, it's 11. I can't do math.
Just a little bit.
All right, 25 to 20.
21.
21. All right. 20 and 15?
70.
17.
Yeah.
Nice. Look, consistency is important. 15 to 10?
11.
Oh, no.
Second roll low.
6.
4.
Ooh, not to be outdone. Rip's going last again.
Rip will never not be last.
You gotta save the best for last.
Exactly.
I get it. Okay. That makes sense.
He's the headliner.
Gotta close it out. Alright. The hag's is just pissed. But it's
Okay,
also
while the hag changes, I'm taking out my shield.
sure.
Just domed the hag.
Like as this hag winks at you and changes its form in front of your fight, in front of your face, in that moment, immediately. You're up first. What do you do?
That was awesome.
What is the top, the ceiling look like?
It's a mixture of like thatched vines and branches and leaves and stuff. It's all kind of like woven and packed onto it, and like there's moss that's just been growing up over the sides of everything.
Is there anything to grab onto?
Like a little like an ease.
Yeah,
Like
anything I
a
can
lead or
get
something?
2 hands onto,
Yeah.
like a branch or a
Sure.
piece of wood or something like that. Okay, so it gets hit as it's coming up and like winks at me. Is it still kind of getting up?
It's like in that motion is winking at you, and you're watching its form change before your eyes.
Okay, so I'm like freaked out. I don't have time to grab anything because I like can't think straight. And so I just jump and grab onto something and swing and take both my feet and kick it in the face as hard as I can.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check. All right. So you're able to jump up and kind of like grab a loose piece, or not a loose piece, but like a kind of part of an area that's like jutting out a bit, and get just enough momentum to swing your feet forward to go kick this thing kind of like in the neck face area. Go ahead and roll an attack with just your strength modifier. So D20 plus your strength modifier.
We want the big ones.
The top one.
19.
19. Awesome. That hits. You're able to, you get your feet and you just double foot kick this thing in the face. It is pushed back like 5 feet into the door. Are you still hanging on, or are you going to drop, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll drop down. And then, what am I able to move still?
Sure.
Am I able to attack at all, or is it more just a move?
That whole thing was the attack.
Okay. So
So you have a little bit of movement if you want.
so I'm still freaked out. So I grab it, kick it, and then dart.
Just no. Fuck, 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 fuck. Okay. It's the hag's turn. She's going to look at you, Dizzy, and say, "You're too smart for your own good, but I'm smarter, and I need you to make a wisdom save."
Nat 20.
Fuck off.
Unbelievable.
What fuck?
Where'd you order this from?
China.
I want
Oh my god.
They're only
Shooter's
crit.
dice.
Oh, they are only crits.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
literally
no. Yeah.
Crits only not count.
Yeah.
I am smart for my own good. Literally.
Being so versed in insulting people, you're just like, whatever.
Goddamn right.
There's a weakness. All right.
She's a slow thinker.
Is that ending your turn?
Yeah, that ends your turn.
Alright, make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
I'm activating my stone room
Is it wisdom?
wisdom.
That's a 5.
That fails.
Yeah. I assumed it did.
Okay.
Oh no.
You are now charmed for the next minute and have a speed of 0. Incapacitated, descending into a dreamy stupor.
So does that give advantage to attacks?
That does a lot of things.
Here's some Xanax.
Basically, little magical Xanax.
Sleep. Here, sleep with Prince Valiant.
So she's not unconscious though.
No,
She's
she's
just
not
charmed.
unconscious. She's charmed.
Charmed. Okay.
Speed of 0 and incapacitated, descending
She
into a
can't
dreamy
move.
stupor.
Can't move.
Yeah.
So we will get that.
We get advantage. Unless she can't be charmed.
Because that's
I was just gonna
restrained.
double check
Yeah.
the full that because she's hags at bay. No. This particular hag does not have that.
Good for us.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right.
You're next.
And I'm next.
So after attempting the insult, she just all of a sudden kind of like goes a little like cross-eyed and daisy. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna attack.
Oh yeah, figured that much.
23 to hit.
That hits. Guiding bolt.
Damage.
Was that Picus, for when you kicked the hag in the face, roll a d4.
15 radiant damage.
D4 plus your strength modifier. And it's 15 radiant.
Radiant damage.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
4.
4 total?
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. Is that your turn? Well, it's guiding bolt. Let's see. No, it just hits, right?
It just hits.
So
I rolled to attack. Because I rolled a 23 to hit.
yeah, and it hits. So
Yeah.
yeah, it hits. It takes effect. You now see that she is wreathed in this like radiant, shimmering kind of light that dances around like all of her limbs and everything. Attacks against her now have advantage.
Which she did anyway, because she was charmed.
She's charmed. It doesn't give you advantage because they're charmed. It just means that she couldn't really do anything to stop it. Well done. Celli, you're up.
With that with advantage,
Yep.
does that give me sneak attacks?
Yes, it does.
Okay, that's what I thought. Oh yeah. Okay, so 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay, I'm just doing this right now too. Okay, my second attack will be a 19 to hit.
You get advantage on that one too.
Sure, why not? Nope.
Okay. Both hit.
So I'm gonna
You
go
get sneak attack on the
on the
first
first
hit,
one. Yep.
and then just the regular damage with the other.
Alright, that'll work.
Yep.
10, 15, 21, 27 points of damage as
Woo!
Shelly comes running in like a whirling dervish, just comes in, slices with one, spins around. As he spins around, cuts with the other, and continues to move out of melee range after it does the 2 attacks.
Where
Fancy
am I
footwork.
in the order, Tyler?
You already went. You activated your
charm.
Your charm.
That's a reaction.
Oh.
Oh,
I thought that was your turn.
At the end of the hag's turn.
Ah.
That's my reaction.
You
That's
would-
why I was like, is that the end of the turn?
Oh.
Yeah, because that's a reaction.
Shit.
Well, then that was when you would have had your turn.
Okay.
That's what I thought your turn was, because you were next to the initiative.
No, I knew I was next. I was just trying to get get the reaction before my actual turn.
Good to know. I thought you were just tracking initiative with you, bro.
Sorry, I didn't track this. I was like, wait, I thought I was higher, man.
You were. You are. Well, go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, for
And then
my
Rip gets to go.
for my bonus action, I will
Maybe.
activate my Giant's Might.
Uh-huh.
So now I grow to 12 foot 10, 1,200 pounds. Excuse me. I turn into size large.
Iron gets big.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
They call him Big Iron.
Like Big Jim Slade. 19 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay, that'll be 14 points. Person damage. And that will be my turn.
How's the hag looking? On a scale of 1 to 100.
Rough.
Haggish!
Yeah. The hag is looking haggard.
Yes.
We believe in you, Rip.
Okay, so Rip sees Celli do his thing, and he's like, I can do that. He's like, I want to try to do that. I can do that. I want to do that. So he runs up with his rapier.
Ripier.
TM!
TM, yeah. His rapier, TM. And fails miserably.
Oh,
You have advantage. You have advantage.
Advantage.
Thank God.
Yep.
Oh, much better. No, that's actually worse.
Wait,
It was sideways.
what? Oh.
11.
Lin's not.
Yeah.
It's getting the doorway is now very crowded, and you go to try to like move your way in. You gotta like bump into Celli, and then you hit Iron. Iron's way bigger. Holy shit, man! And you're just like, where the fuck the heck go?
Wait.
There's a lot of
Sorry.
people in here now.
I wasn't trying to stab you. What the hell?
Just a clank against my calf.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Woo! Picus.
Okay, so I'm a non-magic being,
You are not a magic being.
and
no.
I'm watching all of this crazy shit happening with like,
Oh yeah.
there's like light beams and like suddenly the hag is drunk and then I see, Iron just get really big and people are like sliding through and doing all this stuff. So I've dashed and I'm still just staring like,
What the fuck is going on? You got to see a hag.
Don't drink that coffee.
Woo!
So I want to wake you up for the day.
It's some shit to do.
and that's my turn.
Wow.
Wow!
Wasn't expecting this.
Is this shit real?
Is this real?
Whoa.
She's David at the dentist.
Is this real life?
What was in that coffee? You drank a lot of coffee.
Rip's like pulls out the container of coffee like
Does a line of it out of the can.
Oh.
what is this?
Dry rip.
Ayo!
It's the hag's turn. Does damage negate the charm? Did I get to?
did not say. It just the creature repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
At the end of each of its turn, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Damage affects nothing? Fuck. Okay. Guess do wisdom save again. DC 13.
13.
Nope. 8.
That's awesome.
The hag is still charmed.
Just trying to wink at itself.
It's just winking. Kind of in that like weird buffer like state. Just,
It's like when your computer screen just keeps blinking in one way, and it just her eyes.
It's like just following the tube screensaver. There's a line.
yeah. Yeah, if you can hear inside the brain, it's just
Just ballot noises.
I like how we all did it.
yeah.
That was great.
I mean, when you know, you know. Iron, it's your turn again. Officially in order.
That's funny.
God damn it.
Yeah.
It was a 6 or a nat 20 plus 6.
You can choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can choose. Which one
I choose for this. Oh.
I think I might be going with the crit.
do you want?
You were so close. He was almost.
Yeah. It was like a coin flip. You never know.
Well, the damage die rolled low, but
Still.
You get the full.
yeah, I know.
Still-
I know.
still good.
Plus, since I had to roll 2 dice, I still have my jack bite damage. That'll be 21 points total.
Good God.
I just want clink.
So you just stick right through, like, whatever the robes are, whatever body this hag has, feels like nothing to you. It's just like stabbing air as you power your blade through her torso, making a little hag kebab.
I hope it's better than troll.
And you hear, like, from whatever charmed state she's in, just Is that end your turn? Does it?
Yeah. I won't burn the action surge yet.
Okay.
I'll save it.
It's dizzy. You're up. Jelly, you're up next.
That 20.
You're not allowed to give them coffee anymore.
There's no one there, I promise.
This is, I swear. This is all 20s. It's all 20s on the dice. It's all 20s. I've seen them. They look great.
36 damage.
And this is.
Got him full again.
Oh, you're just going. You're
Yeah,
just
double that.
dumping the fucking spell right in.
Well, I feel like it's worth it.
I mean,
For a single.
if you crit an unguiding bolt. This is the second time you guys have seen this happen now. As Iron, as you plunge your sword in through the body of this hag, you just hear behind you, move. And you look back, Dizzy's there, pull the sword out, and in the same place that he pulled his sword out from, you've got able goes into the hag's body and radiates this energy out through her. You can see just pinpoints of radiant light expanding out from her body and just eviscerates her on the interior of her own haggy cabin in the swamp.
Hag Fetty.
Hagfin.
Let's see what kind of food she
Hashtag
had.
Hagfin.
Oh.
I wonder if Marcus is here.
That
And I'm
too.
still in the back.
Sorry guys, I need a bit of warmth this time, but I got there.
Rip's like, I'm gonna go see if she has a kitchen. We'll go look for her food.
Would the radiant have kind of cooked her a bit, is it?
Overcooked.
Okay.
There was a lot of.
So not even
there's-
jerky, it's char.
You meant
It's
it's
just a charred mush.
Chelly,
If that makes any sense.
Chelly, let's
It's,
go see if she had any food.
How are you guys being so casual about this? What the fuck just happened?
Hags can change their form. We knew
I
this.
picked up on that, but that's
We're
A lot of
we killed
magic.
the hag. That's what we're here for. We're in hag killing season. That's why we're here.
I remembered some stuff I used to do in the war, so.
Rip just goes, watch this, and then makes himself look like the hag. and then just goes back to being Rip. See?
when you say like where's Marcus, you hear like muffled sounds from like far back in the wall, or like in the corner, behind what looks like a cabinet and like a weird little table and kind of a kitchen-ish area.
Yeah.
I'll try to grab part of the roof and just kind of open it up a little bit, see, let some more light in.
Just
I'm gonna move the cabinet
yeah.
and find Marcus.
Yes. You find Marcus kind of like in this little pantry cage contraption.
That's all I'm saying.
Guys,
It's just it's like bound up in there. You see he's got a good gag in his mouth.
Stop it.
Rip reaches over and like pulls the gag out of his mouth. It helps if you get rid of this first.
I would if I could have.
we're gonna
But
save
my
you.
hand- Great. Can you get me out?
I
Because
have
that would be
these
awesome. Pardon?
I can help finally. I think.
Okay.
And with that, Chelly just cuts the ropes. and frees him.
I mean, he's like
He's in a
locked
cage.
inside the.
Oh, he is actually locked. Oh, damn. I just wanted to get
You
that.
reach in and get the ropes. He's like, well, that's one part, I guess. But yeah, if could you, I'd appreciate it.
Have at it, Pikey.
I've
Get
been
him
here
out
for
of
a few
Did,
days.
did you hear?
Want some jerky? Again, we need jerky for the cake.
I am not hungry.
How are you not
She's-
hungry?
I'll get me out of here, and
She
I'll
got
tell you
that
everything you
empty
want to know. I just want to get far away from here
Okay.
and back to Tharbad.
Wait, how about you're not a hag? A second hag.
Why would a hag lock themselves and bind them up inside of a cabinet in their home?
Hang on, hang crank.
They are tricky.
Just
I'm aware.
bear with me.
That's what got me in the
I
first
just like
place.
poke him with a typical dagger. I like stare at him like, are you not changing? Free him. Okay. Last one changed when I smashed
No,
him in
that's,
the
I
face.
get it. I respect it. It's valid.
Also, I'm real glad I was right that you were the hag.
Yeah. I don't know.
Alright, give me some space.
While she's doing that, Rip just starts rifling through the kitchen looking
And
for
I
food.
start looking around as
Yeah.
well.
Do
Pillaging.
hags bleed regular blood?
I mean, they're fey, but
Ooh, I drink hag blood.
dope.
None.
Pegasus, go ahead and make a thieves tool check. Dexterity plus proficiency.
Where's my proficiency?
Is it sleight of hand for these tools?
Funks.
Yeah.
It's a separate check.
What?
Dexterity modifier plus your proficiency. Proficiency should be right near there.
Plus 2
15?
right now.
15? Easy. Like a piece of cake. It's a very crude lock, and it's like, fucking amateur.
It's like taking a meal from a hag.
Pop it open, kind of help him out a little bit. And thank you very much.
You heard all the other stuff we said to the hag, thinking before we knew it was you.
I mean, it was a little muffled. I heard something about Cade and Yvette.
He did not make it. Neither did the Winnick friend.
Bruce.
It was Bruce.
Oh.
He didn't say sorry, Mark, into his final words.
Somebody lit.
He thought of you at the end.
So
He was cool.
He seemed neat.
Yvette's fine, but her place
Okay.
got torched, which is what happened to Kate.
Oh. Wait. I remember the fire being there. Or no, did I hear about the fire? I've been out of here for a while. What day is it?
That's a great question. I've been out here for a while too.
Okay.
It's mid-morning.
We know about how long since the fire, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since the fire. Which was right around the last time that he was in Tharbad. So he's been gone for a couple weeks.
Do you know anything about other fires?
Well, I mean, like, what do you mean other fires? There's-
You act like you were at events.
I mean, I knew vets burned down, and we were trying to figure out what was going on. I heard rumors about a hag who was, well, I got word that there was a hag who was not abiding by the rules of Vegas. So I came looking for her, found her, thought I was going to be okay to confront her, and she got the drop on me, which was my bad. I fucked up. I'm really glad you guys showed up.
So after fire, you found her.
Yeah. I tracked for a few days, got some intel.
So you knew about the fire, but you didn't know your friend was inside the building?
I told Cade to take Bruce and protect Yvette
Oh.
before the fire happened.
Oh.
Okay.
Why?
From who?
Yeah.
Right. Quick question. Can we not be in here anymore? Can we like go outside and get some fresh air and some water?
Let's,
Okay.
yeah, let's get whatever we need out of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I've been in here for too long, and I need to like stretch and drink.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So while you guys kind of like gather stuff up, Rip and Dizzy or Celli, you guys want to
Yeah.
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 the three of you? Yeah, go ahead and like make with advantage.
Investigation or
Investigation.
Yeah.
with advantage? You said.
Well, one of you wants to do it with advantage, or you can
Yeah.
each do it.
I have a +4 on investigation.
Advantage away.
There you
I got a +2, but I rolled out twice.
18.
go. 18. Nice. So most of the kitchen area has a lot of like herbs and a couple of like weird clay jars that just have some kind of goop in them. And then you find off the side there's kind of like a stack of papers. There's like a journal and some loose lists of stuff. There's also a letter that on the bottom of it is signed with a wax seal. The insignia is the same as the Guild Fraternity. Those dicks. Those dicks.
Any coinage?
No coinage.
Rip's
She's a
gonna.
hag.
Shaggy bottles?
Shiny bottles, yes. Yeah, there's a handful of small gems, totaling probably around 20 gold's worth. Got a silver necklace. There's a couple of daggers. They're not well made, they're kind of rough made, but functional. They'll work.
Did the other papers in the kind of book, did they look interesting at all? Did it pique
It
interest?
was, very much so. They're very out of place. The journal looks the journal itself looked like it was the hag's journal. There's scrawling in a few different languages. Some notes in common, some in I guess what languages do you know?
It's common, Aquan, and and Gistan.
Okay. You understand the common. You don't recognize much, or you can't really figure out some of the other scripts. But it looks like notes for building spells or building rituals, like ingredients or something scratched out and replaced with other things.
Can I take a look at that? I might be able to help.
Sure.
Hand it right over.
I know common, elvish, and halfling.
Just common makes sense.
Just common.
The letter from the Guild of Eternity is it says that they're employing her services as a hag to aid them in their endeavors. She needs to acquire, and then there's a list of items, various types of gems, different types of herbs, virgin hearts, a friend turned, and a righteous blade.
And the gems and the, say anything about ice gems?
Ice gems were not on this list. No.
Sorry, what was the last one you said?
A righteous blade.
And the friend turned, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rip grabbed all of the herbs that he found. He's
Okay.
just packing them away.
It's a good selection. Just about any kind of herb that you might need for anything.
This way, next time we encounter a troll, we can make it taste a little bit better.
Oh yeah, that's spicy. Seasonings.
Celli just takes the notes and journal and the letter and everything and just kind of puts it in his pockets for right now. Just pouches.
Yeah.
Is there a value on the silver necklace?
Probably about 10 gold. A pretty simple chain. It's nice though.
Something to fund our endeavors.
Absolutely. Trade for stuff.
We know a jeweler.
Yeah. As you finish collecting stuff, you go out and you sit down with Marcus, and he says, "Okay, we've got a lot to go over, and I'm going to need you to brace yourselves, because something bad's coming. There's a group in Tharbad that believes what they're doing is right, but they could not be further from the truth."
Oh, the cult.
Oh yeah,
The Guild of Eternity.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they believe that their ritual is going to allow them to ascend to immortality. And that's not what it does. No.
What does it do?
It's going to open up a gateway.
Where?
I'm not exactly sure where. There's no real record of it, but whatever it is,
It's not good.
it's very not good.
Do you know the people, the head cult people? Do they know that this ritual is going to open up this doorway, or does no one really know? Do they genuinely think that it's going to make them?
The
Violent.
people who run the Guild of Eternity, I think they believe that they're just going to be given unlimited power.
Oh, so you don't think any of them actually know what this does?
I don't think they do, and they're too far gone to listen to reason.
Great.
I've tried to talk about it with the people of the Gold Spark, but they dismiss them as lunatics who don't know what they're doing and couldn't summon a fly with rotted meat.
So the guild broke off from the Gold
Yeah.
Spark, right?
What leads you to believe that this is what this ritual does? Have you seen it, or is this through?
I travel a lot, and I get the opportunity to talk with a lot of people about many, many different things, and when you get to understand different parts of culture and mythologies and things of that nature, you can start to see patterns, similarities, differences, and a lot of these things point to bad.
Fantastic.
If you're willing to, we can kind of work together. I have some contacts back in the city.
Sure.
Oh, we've already got some
Okay.
robes for these assholes, so that was our next to do.
That's true.
Okay, robes, good.
Let's
We'll mark
get
that
back
on the
in
list
now.
of things of assets. Okay.
We were gonna go like masquerade.
Okay. Right on.
It's gonna be fun.
I don't know about fun, but it's going to be something.
It's gonna be fun.
Are they waiting for, sorry, are they waiting for something in order to do the ritual, or, because they're not just doing it and opening up this gate?
No,
Like, what are they waiting for?
it's, oh man, probably a couple more weeks before it'll be ready. The seasonal solstice, it helps to amplify powers. It
Okay,
makes
so
things more
they have to
potent.
wait, so we have some time.
Not much,
A
but
couple weeks to
a bit.
figure out.
Yeah.
And
Do you think Yvette is still in trouble?
Big picture, yes. Small picture, not as much.
why was she in trouble in the first place?
If her place got attacked by members of the guild, then they were looking for something specific. If she's trying to, if this hag is trying to collect things for them, we need to know what the rest of those items are, where we can find them, and how to get it before they.
Who's any of the stuff on that list? Stuff that we found inside the.
You.
We found the gems and the herbs.
I mean, you found some gems, and you have a lot of herbs.
Oh, we found your journal.
Oh, great.
The journal back.
Thanks. We need that. And
The daggers. We might want to have those.
yeah, I mean, I can take a look.
Please do.
Sure. He looks at the daggers and takes a small pearl out. They're just daggers. Yeah.
Well, the list said righteous blade, so.
Yeah. No, that's a good. But
I
I'm
think
I'll
better check.
hang on to that, or one of them at least. Anybody want the other one?
How do you know that it's not a righteous What?
Oh, this allows me to see what things are.
What
The spell.
was he lying about it not being?
Roll an insight check.
Oh.
That's a 4.
Super honest.
Sweet.
Yeah. It allows me to discern if something's magical or not, and if it is, what type of magic it is.
Does it like light up, or does it? Can only you see it? Can I see it?
I mean, other people can do it.
Okay.
Like anybody that knows how to use magic can learn how to do it.
Will you show Shell, you know magic.
No.
Hey, you know magic.
That's not how that works for me.
Who knows magic? Come on.
I know a little bit.
Will you, on that blade you just put in your pocket, will you show her how it works?
I mean,
will you show them how it works?
I could. That's going to take a while to like show someone else how to learn how to do the spell. I mean, I can, but
We got a few.
Well, I
We-
mean,
like, we- yeah.
until then,
Like, until
how
then-
about Rip just hold on to the one in your back pocket until you
I'm-
can show it to him.
okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now that's just, you know.
I'll
Not a problem.
I'll give him one of my daggers that I know is not. Just
I mean, you can keep the other one, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just, I just, you know.
I mean, yeah,
you
like
show it to him,
I get it.
Okay,
I
cool.
get it. New guy. Not some stuff that you're familiar with.
No, we
Sure,
don't
not
know, but
ahead.
Yeah.
we've been double crossed a couple times, and so.
I've been there. I get it. It's all good.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'm not offended.
Awesome.
Should do it like that. Just never met a hag before.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's a big moment. Like that's like wow. Got your
Yeah.
bag chair.
Big
Right
day.
on.
Shelly's gonna
Ah,
kind of
good.
sneak off behind, tap Rip, and just kind of pull Rip to the side for a second.
Sure.
I'm worried about your sister.
Why?
The letter.
What do you mean?
The note said that a friend turned.
Oh.
And your sister was friends with Picus, and her place burned down, and sister disappeared.
Hadn't considered that, but that's a good point. Not really sure where we would start though.
Me either, but something to consider.
Well, thanks for bringing that up. I wouldn't have even noticed that myself. So it's a good thing to have in the back of my mind.
No problem. And he just kind of shovels back in.
Rip kind of like walks back over, but he's kind of like, no, I'm sad.
Fuck children shit.
And with Shelly's buzzkill on Rip. We're gonna end it tonight. And we will be back in 2 weeks. Same Beardsgaard time, same Beardsgaard channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.